Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be looking at Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 17, Clone Saga. Having the cover of issue 100, as you can see, Carnage, Hobgoblin, Moon Knight, Daredevil, Kingpin, Venom, there's Rhino, I think that's supposed to be the Human Torch, or maybe Nightmare, Nick Fury, Aunt May, Mary Jane, Dr. Octopus, I think that's the guy mutant from Volume 7, which I haven't reviewed yet. Green Goblin, Black Cat, Wolverine, The Thing, Captain Jean the Wolf, who died in Volume 16, at the end of Volume 16, Captain America. Okay, get the point. So, this is kind of a weird, or very fun one to talk about. I say it's weird because I've reviewed on this channel the 5 volumes, complete collection volumes, of the original Clone Saga from the 616 Marvel Universe, and a lot of people don't like the Clone Saga more don't like it than like it. And so they decided to redo it in the Ultimate Universe only for about 8 issues, or 8 issues, issues 97 to 105. Oh wait, maybe that's, no, it has to be 8 issues. Okay. And they had this whole event take place over one night, really. And a whole bunch of twists and turns, stuff that you can relate back to Spider-Man 616 main history, like right here, him with the 6 arms. Carnage returns in a way. A little recap. Issue 97, Spider-Man versus the Scorpion. Him and Kitty Pryde are about to break up. Him and Mary Jane are getting back together. And the Scorpion, a first appearance of the Scorpion, because I know there's another one who fights Miles Morales, right? In the Ultimate Universe, he's here. He starts tearing up a mall. Really cool fight scene. When Spider-Man knocks off his helmet, he sees that the Scorpion is secretly Peter Parker, looks exactly like him. And then at the end of the issue, Mary Jane gets kidnapped by some unknown entity. So here, and I think this is the first time it's ever happened. It happens a lot in the 616 universe, but Spider-Man goes to the Fantastic Four for help with this crazy situation of Peter Parker being the Scorpion. 99.4 or 94% match. So I think that's cloning. Mary Jane gets kidnapped, and he goes to the place where Mary Jane always runs away and hides to think about stuff, and he meets this person who fights him and gets away. And then he goes back to his old house thinking Mary Jane went there, but he sees Gwen Stacy back, and reminds me of issue 146 when the Gwen Stacy clone created by the Jackal in the original universe showed up randomly at Peter Parker's door. She's been kidnapped by somebody and locked at Oscorp, so what else happens? Oh yeah, this is the issue 99 is the big moment where he reveals his secret identity to his Aunt May. His dad apparently comes back after faking his death, and they talk about his history, which is kind of pointless when I tell you the ending of it all. And this is Kane right here. Let me see if I can get there's a better picture of him somewhere. Yeah, so this is the Ultimate Universe of Kane, a messed up clone, and his goal is to give Mary Jane superpowers using Oz. Here's another clone with 6 arms, exactly like issue, 100 of Amazing Spider-Man in the 616 universe. There's this whole backstory, and then Nick Fury goes in to capture everyone in the house who has powers. Gwen Stacy morphs into Carnage, and then Mary Jane. Oh, well, you get the point. There's a whole bunch of craziness going on here. Every issue I could talk about in an entire review video. The Fantastic Four show up during this blast out in front of Aunt May's house when she has a heart attack, or heart stroke, and gets knocked out. We learned that this new Spider character, Spider-Woman, aka Jessica Drew, is a female clone of Peter Parker. And she actually is the only clone that doesn't die at the end of all of this. And we actually get to see Madam Web in this universe, who's going to psyche make her forget this stuff, cloning stuff happened. That's the monster Spider-Man, the guy, I guess that's why his face is like that. Kane's turned Mary Jane into this giant, I don't know, man-wolf thing, woman-wolf, I don't know what to call it. Dr. Octopus, yes, Dr. Octopus instead of dying like in the original Clone Saga, he was the one who was behind all of this. Instead of being left to rot in jail, he used his mind to create these clones of Peter Parker to make super soldiers. Just because people who funded him don't like Nick Fury being the one to create super soldiers. And he also has a secret. He is able to control metal. That is his power. Not the arms being fused to him, but he was always able to just control metal. And this actually does come back in the future volume. I think it's the Death of Ultimate Spider-Man. So he fights the two spider people, and they beat him. He goes to jail. He decides he wants to continue being Spider-Man. Nick Fury apologizes for making Slayers to kill him in case he went crazy, and realizing that he will be good, one of the world's greatest heroes. And it just ends like that with Mary Jane hallucinating. This has nothing to do with anything. I remember reading it when I was a kid. I thought this was going to lead to some other storyline, but no, this is just nothing. It leads to nothing. Her hallucinating only happens one time. And one or two times. Not the full hallucinating. Fantastic Four. They're definitely the best they've ever been in the Ultimate Marvel Universe in this story. At least how I like my Fantastic Four. All of these machines here are Spider Slayers built by the Tinkerer. Peter Parker's dad is actually just an older version of Peter Parker. He's also a clone. He dies naturally, so to say. One thing I really like about the Ultimate Universe is they really focus on Sue Storm, her being like a medical genius, a biological genius. So she takes care of him when she has a heart attack and whatnot. Ben Reilly returns. I think this is his last appearance. He returns to Volume 11 with Carnage. He was Kurt Connors' lab assistant. But now they confirm that Kurt Connors is in jail. A lot of people will look at this and say, this is how you do the Spider-Man Clone Saga. You did the Clone Saga justice and correctly, and I agree. Even though I do like the original 616 Clone Saga, but this is an amazing read. And like I said, in the continuity, this all takes place in like one night. It's crazy. They actually talk about how this clone, this version of the villain Scorpion, he would have died, but the tail is fused to his spine, so get rid of the tail, his whole body just collapses like he has no spine. It's crazy. And I also like how this whole thing starts off one afternoon, Spider-Man just doing his typical superhero thing, people blaming him for wrecking the mall, fighting this new character, Scorpion, saving people, yada yada yada, and then it all goes downhill pretty quickly. Okay. If you read this story on Marvel Unlimited, there's a bunch of extra pages of letter pages and whatnot that are not in this volume at all, which I find disappointing. What else is there? The Jessica Drew character, of course, Spider-Woman in the original 616 universe, is not related to Spider-Man at all. I think Spider-Man only appears in 2 issues of her 50-issue series. Originally her 50-issue series. Okay, that's all I gotta say about this volume right now. It's pretty big. I think it might be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, single volume of Ultimate Spider-Man Day released. So, that's good if you're someone who got the trade paperbacks like this, instead of the Omnis. And they're making Epic Collections now. I think the Epic Collections are just the exact same as the Complete Collections, but whatever. So I hope you enjoyed this little review. I thank you for watching.